Defense, when you're ready.
Thank you. It has a lot to do with everything that I've been through, everything that I've seen. On the date that the state is talking about, Dima Tower was a few days short of his 22nd birthday. He had been in this country for approximately 7 to 8 years. He came from Ukraine, where he was in foster care prior to coming to this country. He was in foster care, you will hear, because his mother passed away when he was very young, and his family in Ukraine just didn't want to deal with him. So they put him in foster care in a country at war, where he was raised until two strangers picked him up and brought him to America. I'm basically a nobody coming from nowhere. That's what Mr. Tower said. This trial is going to be a little bit different. If you're expecting that I'm going to stand here and say that Mr. Tower is not guilty of anything, you would be incorrect. We talked during jury selection about different levels of murder and different levels of homicide.
Let's continue for a moment. Let's see if we can continue.
Sure.
Go ahead, Mr. Gilman.
So the decision that you collectively, as a group and individually, will have to come to is whether or not Mr. Tower has the ability to fully form the...
It's difficult for, I think,
Sure.
Here. Let's take a short break. Members of the jury, can you please leave your notepads turned down here in the courtroom, writing implements on top. Don't discuss anything related to your jury service. You're going to get tired of this, okay? Everybody please stand. Jurors exiting.
All right, jurors exiting.
Okay.
Okay. You're really
All right, everybody may be seated. We just had, I just excused the jury. It got to the point where the defendant, in crying and using Kleenex, was disrupting the jury trial. Mr. Tower, I won't allow that to continue, so take a moment, compose yourself, and we'll get started in about 5 or so minutes, okay? We'll take a short break.
all right. Court is in a brief recess.
Your behavior in the courtroom. You were showing emotion, crying, sobbing, using Kleenex. You were here when I spoke to the audience this morning, right, Mr. Tower?
I don't know. I was not, was it?
Okay. I spent time this morning, I thought you were in here, where I instructed those in the audience that they can't show emotion, that there are times during especially a murder trial where the emotion might be high, and that if they're unable to handle it, I need them to remove themselves from the courtroom. I will not allow the jury to be persuaded or interfered with by folks showing that emotion in the courtroom, okay? And that includes you, Mr. Tower. So you need to handle yourself accordingly. If you need to take a break because you feel that the emotion is too high and you're struggling, please bring it to Mr. Gilman's attention. And we can take a break, okay? But we can't have any more outbursts like that in front of the jury. Do you understand, Mr. Tower?
Yeah.
Anything else, Mr. Gilman, you wanted to add?
No, Your Honor.
State?
No, thank you.
Okay, are both sides ready to bring the jurors back in?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have your thoughts together where you were in your statement, Mr. Gilman?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let's bring the jurors back in. All right, everybody may be seated. Welcome back, members of the jury. As soon as you're seated and situated, the defense will pick right back up where they left off on their opening statement. Let's give them a minute, Mr. Gilman.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, they're ready to go. You may continue.
We talked during jury selection a little bit about different levels of murder, right? First degree, second degree, manslaughter. You'll get instructions on all of these when the case is closed. I anticipate you will hear evidence that will be relevant to you about premeditation. And essentially, that's the question you're here to decide. I do not anticipate having to make a decision as to whether Mr. Tower did acts that endangered people's lives and ultimately ended them. He did. The question you're going to have to decide is what level of crime that is. At the end of the case, after you hear all of the evidence, what we would be asking is that you find Mr. Tower guilty of manslaughter for the deaths of both the victims in this case. You will hear instructions, you will hear evidence, you individually and collectively make that decision. So at the end of the case, again, I will ask you to do the same thing I'm asking you now. Keep an open mind, listen to the evidence, and find Mr. Tower guilty of a manslaughter. Thank you.
That concludes the opening statements. So there's the roadmap for the trial.